beautiful Aries, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for June 2022. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings, I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details and I will never ask you for personal details either. So if anyone masquerading as me asks you for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Aries, this is your reading for June 2022. I do apologize for the lateness of the reading. I did have some family responsibilities to take care of, so unfortunately the readings are all a little bit late this time round. It won't be the same next time round, I promise you. So let's get straight to it. Now, the new moon in Gemini, you should still feel that energy. That's all about communication. It's a very thought-provoking month. I've been telling every sign. This is drawing you to think about past situations that did not work out in your favor, whether it was a conversation or an incident. This is about you adjusting to make yourself clear in order to achieve whatever it is you desire. So that Gemini energy will be making you feel a little bit nostalgic, but it's about you getting clear on making yourself understood, no mixed messages, okay? Now, also we have a super full moon in Sagittarius, and that is about inspiring yourself to believe in yourself. It's also about getting clear on your target and hitting the mark. Now, of course, it may lead you to assess how far you've come in life. No matter your circumstances right now, you have evolved, okay? So you will be looking at who you are, where you are right now, how far you've come, and where you want to go. But it's most importantly, the energy is about appreciating your accomplishments in this moment. Because humans, we tend to be all about looking forward. So we look at our target, we achieve our goal, and then we're on to the next. So this time period will be about you stopping and being proud of yourself, being proud and appreciating your accomplishments. I gotta go get that card. It's just falling down right there. Now, in particular, I'll let you know about your placements. One moment, please. I'm just gonna go get that card. Okay, the one who waits. So your placements in particular, your 3rd house of education and quick trips and connecting to things like neighborhood or things, you know, new restaurants in the neighborhood or new groups and things like that is all starred in this month in particular, but it's all about learning as well. That 3rd house is all about education. So if you are thinking about sort of adding some more strings to your bow in terms of your career, this is a very important time to do it. You may feel called to do it. Now, what's really interesting about this month in particular for you, your 9th house is also activated, which is all about study and being sort of philosophical about your journey, searching for the meaning of life, searching for your placement in the world where you feel like you fit in, but also understanding the journey. Interesting, the Chariot card came out there, which is all about the journey. So I feel like you're really getting to grips with your goals, your dreams, but you know, I feel like some of you may be thinking about going further afield or booking a vacation. Perhaps maybe it's a quick trip like a weekend away or a little road trip, but you also have that energy of wanting to book like a longer vacation because you've got that 3rd house and that 9th house activated, okay? So the 3rd house, at the beginning of the month, you may feel called to make a quick trip, and then right at the end of the month, you may be feeling called to make a larger trip, okay? Or you have one booked. Now, I'm going to get all of your energy first before I do a Celtic cross for you to see what is coming towards you. Your first Protagonist card is the one who becomes. Okay, so you are evolving, and as I said, it's about you really connecting to who you are, you elevating and sort of moving forward on your journey and making progress. Okay, so I really feel like you are seeing how far you have evolved on your journey so far. It says metamorphosis, transcend, journey. Okay, so definitely you are connecting to those placements that I mentioned, but also to that new moon energy in Gemini and the super full moon in Sagittarius. That occurs on the 14th, by the way, the Sagittarius full moon, and the new moon has already occurred, of course. But this is about you changing. It's almost like I feel you are looking at your blueprint or your plans, and you may be finding a way to tweak your plans to get to where you want to go quicker. So I do feel like you have changed a lot. There's a lot of personal growth for you in the month of June. We do have a tower moment right at the end of the month here, so we will look out for see what that is. But the challenge here has been the sun. So I feel something here. You know, you may have felt like happiness has eluded you no matter what you've been trying to do recently. You may have been trying to connect to meditation or be inspired by like quotes or videos or really connect to your center. Nothing seems to be doing it for you recently. You may have felt like you're in like this work-life kind of cycle where you are sort of in a routine, and you may be trying to shake up your routine in order to bring a little bit more excitement into your world in June, okay? Because I really feel, as you can see, she is pointing there to the third eye chakra and of course the crown chakra. So I feel like you are being a visionary. You're seeing the way ahead and what changes you need to make in order to get to where you want to go, because you've got success, ambition starred for you. Now some of you, as I said, maybe making a trip. You know, your third and ninth house are so involved with you in June, and the Chariot card is all about movement. It is about travel. It can be, as I said, any kind of length of trip there. So some of you may be really focused on having a break or trying to get some sort of, you know, extra excitement into your world. But I feel like you are, you're changing your path in a spiritual way. I feel like you are evolving. There is definitely elevation here. And I feel like you're trying to connect to source, a lot of meditation, but I just feel like something's just not hitting the mark for you right now. So you may feel a little bit, it's not that you're feeling empty. I don't feel that from your energy. What I feel is, there's like an apathy, like maybe your energy has been very low or your motivation has been very low. And no matter what you've been trying to do to either challenge yourself or to try and gain some excitement into your world, I feel like it's kind of a stop-start. One moment you're feeling like great, you're taking on the world, and the next moment you're like, oh, what is the point? So I just get this stop-start energy with you as we have moved into June, but that is all about to change, just so you're aware, okay? You may make some really radical changes. Some of you may decide to relocate or change your job, because we've got the tower there and the chariot together. So I feel like you're trying to adjust to find your happiness. And I feel like you are recognizing that, of course, happiness comes from within, but I feel like you want to change your external circumstances to fit who you are and where you want to be, okay? So the Protagonist energy is major change. You want to transcend. You want to metamorphosize. You want to become something. And you feel like that you're on the journey to do that, and you're really focused. But there may have been a bit of a bump in the road, or you may have felt there was some sort of self-doubt or defeat or even a loss of control with your energy recently, and you're trying to gain that back. But you are gaining that back, okay? You will definitely feel this boost of energy. The Chariot card is all about your commitment to your goals and dreams and overcoming any obstacle in order to get there where you want to be, okay? This is a card of you asserting yourself, your willpower, and your bravery. You are strong enough to achieve and accomplish, but also this is about you powering up your energy and, you know, moving towards victory, being motivated to make some changes, but also to meet any challenges head on. So I feel like if you've fallen off the chariot quite literally because of some circumstance that's already occurred, I feel like you're getting back on the horse. And I feel like it's like laser focus. I feel here. The Chariot card is a success card. So you're moving forward towards your destiny. You're on the right path, okay? Now, we've also got the one who sees, observe, perceive, scrutinize. Now this is in the resistance position here, okay? So it's like you could not see a way to perhaps fulfill your happiness, or because the Sun card is right there in the resistance position as well, so it's like I got it in the reverse. So this is telling me this is your challenge for the month of June. And I feel like you are going to locate, you're going to perceive what makes you happy, and you're going to move towards that. Now, of course, as I said, happiness is from within. So I feel like you're bringing some sort of balance into your world as well. But you are definitely connecting to spiritual gifts. And I feel there's something here that you may be working hard towards, but you're keeping it to yourself. You're going off grid a little bit towards the end of the month. But I feel here, if you could not see before, you're definitely going to be seeing in the month of June. You're going to gain major clarity. I mean, the Sun card is an awakening, looking at the truth of the situation, finding light at the end of the tunnel, but it's also energy and personal growth. So I feel like you are sort of like trusting the journey, becoming aware of where you want to be and how far it is to reach that goal. And I really feel like you are on point, okay? But there's an energy here of you pausing, taking a step back, withdrawing in order to reassess something. Okay, now whether that's a relationship, whether it's a job opportunity, whether that's a friendship or a love relationship, or maybe it's just, you sort of finding it really difficult to connect to meditation, and you're like, I can't see, I can't visualize, or whether it's you not being able to manifest. You may be like trying to find a source that really helps inspire you to visualize or connect to the law of attraction and things like that, because you feel like something's been a bit stuck or something's been in delay. Okay, now also, as I said, this is a card to see or to scrutinize, to kind of like really analyze or observe. And the Sun card in this position, it kind of means that suddenly you're going to be able to see what you could not see before. So it can mean that something comes to light suddenly, because we've got a Tower energy there. Suddenly there is, honesty. Suddenly there is action. Suddenly there is a breakthrough. Suddenly you see where you want to go. The Sun is, positive success card. It basically means that, it is a time of plenty. Things are flourishing. There is an abundance around you in the month of June, and things start to work out in your favor. But you may have felt like it's been in delay, or you've never been quite satisfied recently, but that's all about to change. Okay, some of you may have been going through a temporary depression, whether it's because of a separation or whether it's because you left a job behind. The Chariot card is a moving forward card, so I feel like whatever it is you're leaving behind that made you feel really like stuck in a rut or felt a little bit frustrated, you're moving away from that energy and you're moving towards the light. Okay, definitely a light at the end of the tunnel there. So this is your blockage that you will overcome, and you will find that Sun energy, that positivity, that success, that clarity, but also this exuberant energy. You're going to be radiant in the month of June. Okay, you're always radiant, my beautiful Aries, but sometimes you may doubt your wonderful self. I feel like this is about you having confidence and shining that light. It's not about ego, it's about you empowering yourself and not seeing. I feel like you haven't been able to see how powerful you are, how powerful your mind is, how powerful your thoughts are. But I feel in June, there's going to be some things showing up in your world to show you how powerful those things are, and you're going to sort of become really clear about how you can move forward and how you influence your sort of circumstances. We've got like, it's almost like an eagle type energy as that sort of helmet there with the lion mane. So I feel like you are gaining confidence. You're overcoming a struggle, whether that's anger or whether that's, self-doubt or low self-esteem. You're overcoming that, and you're standing in your power. Now we do have the one who waits, patience, waiting, determination. And it's really interesting because we got the Tower, which is a sudden upheaval or sudden movement. It can also be like a shocking energy. Now, I did the readings for the yearlies rather, at the beginning of the year, and pretty much every sign got a Tower. So that told me that external circumstances, like perhaps world circumstances, there may be something that suddenly changes, that surprises a lot of people. Nothing really surprises us anymore. We're kind of waiting for even more major things to occur, but you know what I mean. It can be something that we did not expect occurring, because there's sudden transformation here in your chart. But I feel like the one who waits is like the, you know, when you are silent or when you stop and slow down your energy, it means you become super aware using all of your intuition and your instincts. Humans, we've built such a loud world where we, you know, we've got lots of social media, we've got, you know, noisy cars, motorcycles, we've got, you know, loud, loud, loud. And that tends to drown out our intuition, our instincts, or our gut, you know, the inner whisper of our heart. So I feel like this is about you slowing down a little bit. I mean, there's a butterfly right here, which means there's transformation. You are changing, okay? There's something about you that has changed, that is different from all the other months before. And it takes time. So it's like, don't rush the process. But also it's like, I just get this energy that it takes time to unfold. And I know you're like, Baba, it's been a long time. I've been transforming for a long time, but we are all students of life and we are evolving all the time. But something here is, I feel suddenly changing, and it's almost like I feel all this energy, and maybe this is how you're feeling right now. I feel all this energy around you, like whizzing around, but I feel like you're really calm. By the end of the month, it's almost like you're a pinnacle of calmness, and everything's whizzing around you, but it's almost like everything's in slow motion, and you can see things evolving before they're evolving. And they're really, I just, you know, I can't really explain it. I don't even want to say it's like the Matrix, where everything just seems to slow down and you can observe it before it happens. So perhaps this is you really connecting to psychic ability, especially because of that High Priestess card. I will pull a card on it and see what happens. But the one who waits, Manara, patience, waiting, determination. So I feel like you're not giving up on something, that's for sure. And I feel like your patience will show that your transformation shows you're on the right path, basically. Now, we got the Tower, of course, more butterflies. So the Tower does not have to be a negative change. It can mean a sudden upheaval that you adjust to. It can also mean that suddenly something that you thought you were, like, say, for example, you thought you were on solid ground, or you had stability. Suddenly it can mean that there is a shockwave that comes along to surprise you and sort of make the things that are not necessary in your world just sort of crumble away. So it doesn't have to be a negative thing. It can be like suddenly you have a different way of thinking and the old ways of thinking are just crumbling away. It can be a revelation, but it can also be like a sudden kind of like a sudden paradigm shift where you decide to, for example, leave your job and be like, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. Or perhaps it can be that like suddenly you decide to you hear a sudden truth, for example, because we got the Justice card right there. It can be someone suddenly tells you something that's really true that you didn't know. Something comes to light and you're really shocked by it, and you need some time to really stand back and mediate on it before you can, you know, process and adapt or adjust to it. The Tower actually just means you've come across some sort of blockage in your world and you feel stuck, because basically the Devil card, the actual Devil card, comes before the Tower, which means a blockage, stuck energy. And the Tower means prison. You know, you haven't been able to change your circumstances, but you are awakening. And it could be a shock awakening or a rude awakening. It basically means intervention. As you see, the lightning bolt is intervention by spirit, where you may feel stuck in your world. So if you've been feeling in this low energy and you feel like you cannot move forward, then suddenly I feel like you are using your determination, your hard work to force yourself forward in order to come out of a comfort zone. Because as you see those butterflies, they've been really complacent. They're just like cozy, flying around that Tower energy, not really even really realizing that they're stuck or that they're in a prison. But the universe almost comes along to put the Tower on fire so that it's no longer a cozy place to be. Things become uncomfortable. And when you find that life is becoming uncomfortable in certain areas, it's time to change or reassess your scenario in order to find another way towards your happiness. The universe does this on purpose so that you change. So it's like a little nudge off a fence if you're feeling like you can't change something, or you feel like at a stalemate, or you feel like something's uncertain. The universe comes along to make you take a leap of faith, okay? The next card after the Tower, of course, is a star, so a sudden realization, but you're going straight to the sun energy, which means there's happiness on the other side of this Tower. It may feel uncomfortable at the time, but there is a revelation, and there is success, there is joy, there is abundance on the other side, but a leap of faith is required, okay? So the Justice Justice card indicates you're being really honest with yourself, especially with it being number 8 rather than number 11. Normally, the Justice card is number 11, but it's 8 in this deck. So I feel like you're being really honest with yourself. You need to make a decision. And as I said, when you get this card that says you need to make a decision, and you need, obviously we got the High Priestess there as well, which is about, you know, really connecting to your inner wisdom. You know, all the knowledge you need is within you. You have mystical vision. You may be really thinking about something, trying to weigh up your options, and suddenly the Tower comes along and makes the decision for you. Okay, so for example, if you work in a toxic work environment and you've been meaning to leave, for example, suddenly there may be circumstances that change, which means either you're invited to a promotion and you're actually going to relocate to a different department or even a different building, and it's much more enjoyable for you, or it can mean that suddenly an opportunity appears and you grab it with both hands. There's definitely an energy here of something changing for your highest good. The Tower is always for your highest good. Okay, so I'm just going to pull a quick card on that. I mean, suddenly, for example, the Justice card can mean like this. You need to pay attention to legal requirements like documents or things you need to sign, and perhaps you feel like overwhelmed by that, but actually you may feel like you're about to miss the deadline, or you've missed a deadline and you're like trying to catch up with yourself. So I feel like this is, I mean, the Justice card can also be if you're going through some sort of legalities, you may suddenly realize that actually someone was not telling the truth, and you're called to lead with honesty and integrity, but you found someone out in an untruth. And I feel like you this is something you intuitively knew. Okay, what I feel here is that you are changing things for the better and you are finding your happiness. But I do feel there's something here that suddenly occurs, something that was unseen, but you adjust because you used your intuition. You kind of felt it was coming. Okay, you are aware of it psychically or intuitively. Okay, so I feel like your instincts are very important. Now we'll go to a Celtic cross now in a moment, but I'm just going to clarify this Tower energy for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. The Justice card tends to tell me that things will right themselves. Okay, everything is going to be okay. It's like a win-win situation, but there is a cause and effect, which means if you do something shocking or you change a circumstance without really thinking it through, there could be repercussions. Okay, so I feel like it's almost like your eyes, keep them wide open, use your intuition, but you don't want to be involved in a rude awakening. Okay, now we got the 8 of Wands. It's in the reverse, so that tells me you're feeling stuck. So the Tower only shows up when we're feeling trapped or stuck in something, maybe a routine. We're seeking something else. Yeah, you're changing. This is you. I feel like the Tower is working for you and not against you. Okay, we've got no movement in some area, feeling stuck in a rut, feeling really down, frustrated that there's been delays, or maybe even travel problems. Perhaps you've booked a vacation and you're all set to go, and suddenly there is a cancellation, or suddenly there is delays in your travel. But don't worry, the Knight of Swords indicates that things will change and things will be okay in the end. It can also mean that things that have been stuck, suddenly you see the things that you need to activate, and you hit a goal out of the park, and I feel like things work for you. It can also mean if there's an untruth that comes to light, that suddenly you lead with integrity and you have the courage and the bravery to sort of fight the good fight, as it were, and win. Okay, the Knight of Swords is someone who wins. So I feel like this is you being a warrior, going after whatever it is you truly desire, and I feel like you're not letting delays or anything like that dampen your spirit in June. Now let's get to the Celtic cross and see what is coming towards you in terms of the details. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aries? What do they need to know? Your first card is a 3 of Pentacles, okay, and we've got a Tower. So Tower is showing up a second time. Now, as I said, it can mean this is world circumstances, for example, something coming, because a couple of signs did get a Tower energy, and as I said, majority of sort of the yearlies got, I think it was bar 1 sign, all got a Tower, which told me something major occurring this month. Okay, now we got 3 swords there. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aries? What do they need to know? Okay. Now, I definitely, with that 2 of Swords there, I see you're in stalemate or you're in a decision point. You're feeling a little bit stuck. How would you like to receive? Thank you so much. Okay. So I see you being very, very clever and getting what you want, whatever this is for you, okay? But there is difficulty. I'm not going to lie to you, okay? Let me just pop that there and this one over here. And yeah, so we got the Three of Pentacles. Now, the Three of Pentacles is all about teamwork or collaborations, but it can also be about sharing resources or engineering or planning stages of something, okay? Now, with this card, this is the heart of the matter. You're very good at what you do. You're very talented. The Three of Pentacles is all about talent, but it's also about using your initiative. Some of you may be consulting about your money. You may be wanting to protect your money, you know, because it's all, Pentacles are about, you know, the hard work that you do in order to, you know, make a stable financial plan. Three of Pentacles means you're starting to build a solid financial foundation. And because we've got a Tower here, I would say, you know, perhaps you're thinking about protecting your money in case there was like a world circumstance that, you know, there was a crash or something like that. So I feel like you are looking at planning, maybe financial planning, or you're being creative with your money because you want to keep it secure, okay? Now, some of you, this may be work for you. It may be that you are working within a team or a collaboration and suddenly there is change. I mean, the Tower can be like suddenly your boss leaves, or suddenly someone is fired, or suddenly you're offered a promotion. So that Tower is showing up again. So the fact that I've got in the near future a Three of Cups, it tells me you are going to be celebrating this shock, whatever this is, because it looks like you get what you want out of this situation. But it's shocking nonetheless. So I feel like you are securing your position, and intuitively you know that there is change, something that you cannot avoid, okay? Basically the crux of the matter is this is going to happen in June, no matter what. And I feel like you're putting yourself in a really secure position. You may even be, I feel like a lot of people are, for example, talking behind your back about your ingenuity, about your talent, about your drive. And I actually feel like, there's elevation here, but I feel like you've been going through a bit of a test, and I feel like you're elevating in some way. I mean, we've got two court cards here, so I have to pull a card to see if there's two people. Perhaps you've had some sort of difficulty with a person, whether it's a friendship or whether it is you know, a relationship or someone at work. I really feel if they're playing mind games or they've been giving you a difficult time, I feel like either suddenly they are being removed or suddenly they are leaving, or I just get this energy of things working in your favor. Okay, so this Tower energy, I'll pull one more card on it just to tell me about it because it's showing up twice. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, God, Angels. Can you please guide? Page of Wands. Now the Page of Wands in the reverse is feeling bored. It's like you just feel like you've been struggling with something, and perhaps you need to shed something. You need to let something go, let something crumble. You've been holding on to something that's just not working. So if you're trying to build like financial reward, or you've been working really hard and you feel like no matter what, you've still got no money because all the bills are coming out and, you know, there's inflation and all of those things, you may be like, there's got to be another way. There's got to be an easier way. So I feel whatever it is you've been struggling with, it's actually shedding away. Okay, I feel like you're finding an alternative route. I feel like your difficulty, you overcome it. The Sun card. Yeah, this is the thing that it's been elusive. The Sun is in the reverse. The thing that has been elusive, the thing that has been making you feel really down or frustrated or has robbed you of some sort of happiness right now, that positive energy. I feel like, yes, it's been frustrating, but I feel this crumbling actually leads you to the Nine of Cups, which means something's got to give, okay? The universe is sending you a lifeline by sending you the Tower energy. So, I mean, for example, some of you may shock your boss or shock the people that you work with and say, I'm leaving, I'm out. I found another opportunity, because I do feel like there's something here that maybe you're keeping to yourself. And as you see that Queen of Cups there, she is protecting that sort of chalice, that samovar, that cup there. She's protecting something, a dream perhaps. Maybe there's a new opportunity that's coming towards you and you're not telling anybody, and you may shock people and say, I'm done, I'm leaving, screw you, here's my notice, okay? But the Three of Pentacles indicates that you're in the planning stages of major change, okay? And you may like be consulting your family, your friends, is this the right move? Instinctively, you will will know, okay? Deep down, we've got another planning card. Two of Wands is about feeling restless, ambition. You've got the world in your hands and you had expectations. You've got an appetite for success and a yearning. So I feel like you're designing, or you're being the architect of your dreams, and I feel like you're on the right path. Now, the Two of Wands can also be a card of like taking a risk, calculating a risk. It is also like the creative planning stages for the future, mapping your progress, where you're at, where you want to go, and trusting in the unknown. This card is a card that it's sort of telling you that you've already started to make progress because you've already envisaged something new. Okay, and I feel like your passion will bring and attract the right circumstance for you. This is you aligning yourself with the universe, and the universe is actually bringing you everything you need. Okay, so I do feel like something you've been waiting for. Perhaps it's been very, very difficult, but I feel there's celebration here. Three of Cups says, this is a great time. This is going to be an opportunity that you'll look back and go, yeah, it was a challenge, but boy, did it work out in my favor. We have the Queen of Cups in the past situation. Now, this situation, the Queen of Cups is all about self-care, compassion, okay, generosity of spirit, but most important, it's about yourself, your self-care, your self-love, and your healthy boundaries. So you may have been thinking in the last couple of months, I deserve better. Okay, you may be trying to re-erect a dream, or really connect to something that you've been trying to achieve. You may have felt a little bit more sensitive or emotional than usual, and things have just got a little bit too much. Things have been getting like, because we've got the Three of Pentacles, which means you've been really trying hard, and then you've got a Tower moment and the Three of Swords. It's like you're close to breaking point. You're feeling things have been really difficult, and you may have not even have had time for self-care, and you may have been feeling that sensitive energy. But I feel like this is about you sort of like learning to erect healthy boundaries and implement self-care routines. Also, the Queen of Cups is doing something with love, okay? Listening to yourself, listening to your body, and also being really intuitive. A lot of instinct here. So I feel like this is about you connecting to your intuition. It is a Cancerian card, so I feel like you could also be protecting a goal or a dream, or protecting something that you have in your heart right now, whether it's an opportunity or a love relationship, or a friendship. I feel like you're in protective mode, okay? And because there's been a difficult period. Okay, you've been struggling with something, but you are actually building a strong foundation, and you're nearly there. You're in a really good position. The Three of Swords talks about difficulty. It doesn't have to be about heartbreak or pain and things like that, or injury. It can mean that you've been finding circumstances really difficult, whether it's the waiting. You've been working really hard and you're like, when is my major break? When is my breakthrough? I've been waiting for such a long time. And this is an energy of like trying to sort of like, it's, if I look at this, I feel like sometimes, my beautiful Aries, you've been suffering in silence. You've not been speaking up. You've got a circle of support here that really love you and actually want you to reach out if you're ever in any difficulty. So know that you are not alone. But this is the potential position. So the potential position basically means there could be hardship. There could be difficulty. Yeah. Circumstances outside yourself indicate that this could be a tough couple of months that you've been going through. But we've got the Strength card here. We've got the Queen of Swords, which means you've got vision. You see where you're going. You are, you have clarity. You know what you want to do. You have a plan. And the outcome is the Nine of Cups. Also, in the near future, the immediate future, pretty much, you've got celebration. So you may be catastrophizing, thinking that the worst is going to happen, when actually the best outcome is coming. Okay, so Three Cups, celebrating a win. I also feel like this is about people coming together and supporting each other, being with each other at this time, perhaps even sharing resources. But this is like, it can also be like going for drinks with people because you have not been out enjoying yourself much. You've been working really hard. Three of Pentacles, you seem to be nose to the grindstone, focusing on money, but you may feel like you're doing a lot of work for the amount of money that you're getting, and you're recognizing something needs to change. But I feel like you are playing your cards close to your chest, and I feel like you're waiting for something. Could be waiting for results. Some of you may have like done a test and you're waiting for results, or perhaps you are working really hard learning new skills in order to help you gain a job that brings more money. Something here, you're working towards a goal or a dream or a wish, and I feel like you're going to get it. Okay, 3 cups, winning. In the advice to yourself in this moment, we got the 2 of Swords. You're undecided. Okay, you're at a bit of a crossroads. You may be searching for answers, that philosophical energy that comes from that 9th house for you, where you're thinking about who you are, the meaning of life, where you feel like you fit in, and where to next. Okay, the perfect answer is actually within you, but it's about taking a pause, slowing down, as those overarching energy cards sort of indicate. Slow down, just connect to your inner self. As you can see, this figure here, there's like a new island there at the back that is formulated. So something new is occurring, something sudden, maybe a sudden opportunity that you have to, make a quick decision on because it's time sensitive and you may feel pressured. The 2 of Swords is about like mediation, sort of like being at an impasse where you're like, I need to make a decision, and you're at a stalemate. You may also be trying to find balance in a difficult situation, and you may felt like you can't see your way out of things. Okay, she's blindfolded, but the fact that she's blindfolded means her other instincts, her other sort of senses are heightened, so you can adjust and adapt to your circumstances to find a way. In this card here, as you can see, the swords are up, which is a defensive energy, a protective energy. So intuitively, you feel like you need to protect yourself against something, whether it's you feel like someone has told you an untruth, or whether it is a relationship that's been really difficult recently, or whether it is a difficult circumstance in your workspace. You are in protective mode and you feel like you don't know which way to turn, but you may feel it's time to compromise and make a decision. I feel whatever decision you make the right one, okay? Because you got that Queen of Swords there. You're taking emotion out of the situation. As you can see, the Queen of Cups, the emotion is in the past. It's almost like no more Mr. Nice Guy or Mr. Nice Lady, okay? I feel like you're in boss mode right now and you are focused, laser-like focused. You're getting organized in the month of June, and I feel like you are going to achieve your purpose, okay? But you've got a strategy. The external circumstances require you to be strong, to have courage, to overcome those obstacles. The Strength card is also about self-love and respect. So I feel like you're having that courage to respect yourself, stand strong, and say, no, I won't accept less than I truly deserve. No, I don't accept anything that I've worked really hard for. I don't accept less than that. I feel like you are overcoming the difficulty, okay? But you may feel deep down that you're still preparing yourself for the worst. Be mindful of catastrophizing because it can turn into a self sort of prophesizing energy, so I would be careful of that. But the Strength card indicates your courage will get you to where you want to go, okay? And I also feel like this is an empowerment of energy. This is also a card of fortitude, okay? So good karma coming towards you, having compassion, but endurance. You're not giving up on something. So I feel like if, for example, you're going through a court case, I feel like your moral virtue, your goodness, your integrity, I feel like you're leading by example, and you're being really honest, and you're standing your ground. If this is someone comes to tell you the truth and it surprises you, I feel like you will be very, very stoic. You may even have like a poker face and not even show them your emotion. You'll be like, yeah, I knew this, because intuitively you do. You know this, okay? Now, hope and fear is the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords in this position is like, I hope I see this coming. I hope, I'm aligning myself with my true intentions. The answer is yes, you are, okay? But there's always a strategy. And I feel like in the game of life, you're winning. You have that strategy. You can see clearly where you want to go, and you are getting yourself really well organized. This card is a card of negotiating a better deal, paying attention, being concise and direct, and saying, I will not be misunderstood. These are my terms and conditions in life, and I will work hard to meet those, and I will be rewarded for it. So I feel like you're being realistic, but you're really being honest with yourself as well, okay? Now, the fear in this position is perhaps maybe you feel like you haven't planned enough, you may even be dealing with someone who's a very cold person who's been dishonest or unkind in this situation. I'm going to pull a card because there's two queens here. Now, male or female, not a gender specific reading, but when you get court cards in a reading and there's two or more people, it's people. There could be people involved here. So I just want to pull a card. So you may feel, for example, a person just isn't honest and you have to force their hand to be honest in some clever way. Okay, thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please clarify if there's two queens, two people? No, we've got, it's one energy. We got the Four of Swords there, which tells me this is your energy. Okay, Four Swords is a lone card. It means one person solitude. Okay, so I feel like this is about you recovering from something that may have been very challenging, and trying to meditate on something, taking a step back, preparing yourself, waiting for good news. There's definitely good news here, but the waiting is the one that is like, you know, when you're waiting for something really important, you find it hard to sleep. It's the only thing that seems to be on your mind, and you know, you can't sort of put it out of your head. So I feel like it's the waiting here that's doing your head in a little bit. Okay, but the outcome is very, very interesting. We have the Five of Swords. Now, the Five of Swords is to be clever. Okay, it can also be, you know, mental conflict, overthinking. Sometimes the Five of Swords can also be about drama, conflict, and when I get the energy from this card, it's like if your motives are good, conflict can also be very good. It can be an experience to grow in terms of an authentic version of yourself. Okay, when you get this card, it reminds you it's important to lead with integrity. Okay, even if other people around you are doing the wrong thing or the bad thing or the negative thing or looking for quick, fast results, as long as you lead with honesty and truth, I feel like you will get to where you want to go. Also, this card can be live and let live. Okay, it can be an opportunity to live and let live. If you've had some difficulty with a person or a situation, it's almost like let bygones be bygones, because whenever there are game players, it means there's really no winners, because the cost, it's almost like winning at what cost. Okay, so I really feel this is a question you may be asking yourself. I'm going to pull a card on that Five of Swords for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide, because you may be dealing with you know, someone who's a very selfish person, or who has tried to engage you in some sort of drama or argument, and you're just not engaging. I feel like you're being the better person with that Queen of Swords energy. Okay, how shall I say? Wow, interesting. The Eight of Wands, suddenly there is movement and there is release. Okay, so yeah, the Eight of Swords is like you're no longer bound to this situation. You're no longer stuck in this situation. There's movement forward. Okay, so this Tower energy is actually a really positive thing for you in the month, because it means it unbinds you from a situation that kept you feeling like nothing was happening. So Eight of Swords in the reverse basically means a release or a liberation of the mind. There is peace of mind in this situation after a difficult period, and I feel like you are letting bygones be bygones, that sort of energy. I feel like you're in the flow. I feel like news that you were waiting for suddenly comes, and that's why you got peace of mind. It did show up after all. So I feel like something you've been waiting for that's very, very exciting. You know, Eight of Wands tends to be about action, quick movement, changes. Again, it is a travel card. So if you are experiencing a delay in your travel plans, and you may feel really let down and surprised, and I feel like you will actually hear good news at the end, and there is a solution to your situation, and you move forward. Eight of Wands can be about traveling again. Okay, so I feel like there's things gathering momentum, and I feel like you're going to arrive at your destination, and you know, it's almost like now this adventure of discovery is actually energizing you. So power up energy, and it's leading straight to the Nine of Cups, which is a wish fulfilled, a goal achieved. So whatever it is you're trying to achieve, and you know, it's taken a long time, I feel like you're going to be successful. June is going to show you, especially at the end of June, that it arrives for you. Okay, this is a card of like happiness, finding that, you know, happy conclusion to a circumstance, whether it's happier families, you being in a cycle of joy, fulfillment. Can also be a card of peacemaking. Okay, so I feel like this is about you feeling really chuffed and proud of yourself, that actually after a very difficult period, things start to be heading in the right direction for you. Okay, so a lot of success, a lot to be celebrated actually, but I would watch out. I would keep my eyes peeled. I do apologize. It felt all of a sudden like I had, and it's so weird that I'm feeling this. It wasn't like it's almost like my throat chakra closed up briefly, and I felt like it's almost like I gulped something down too quickly. Like, you know, when you take a big old gulp of water and then you swallow it and it's like, oh, that was a bit too much, and it all went down at once. So I don't know if that's going to resonate with someone. If it was like a hiccup or something like that, then I'd feel that too. But it wasn't my energy. It just felt like my throat chakra was closing. Maybe this is you speaking up about something, perhaps. Now, in the water, they haven't been showing me too many images, but all of a sudden they've started to show me, they're showing me a leaf, and it looks like it's metal. Okay, so it looks like metal. So either you're literally, I know it's such a cliche, turning a new leaf over a new leaf, or I mean, when you think about the nature of a leaf, it kind of has an expiry date. You know, it comes into full blossom, into full bloom. It's wonderful green, but then it, you know, as the seasons change, it sort of drops off the tree, and sort of like it's got an expiration date, right? So it being metal means it's becoming more solidified. So perhaps something that you felt had an expiration date, or you've missed a date on something, perhaps you secure it and it becomes something that's more solid. Something that had the potential to die away becomes a bit more solid. So I feel actually there's a really positive energy. I mean, it could literally mean that this is a signifier for you for the month of June, where you will see a leaf that is made of metal. Whether it is like a necklace piece, or whether it's an art piece, or you find a metal kind of leaf on the floor, please take it as it resonates. I'm not really sure how it does. I mean, you may be literally making one or looking at an ornament that you have that is a metal leaf as you're listening to this reading. So please take it as it resonates, okay? Now, finally, I'm just going to get some cards for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aries? What do they need to know regarding their monthly reading for June? We have Orca Whale Adventure. So definitely a lot of travel going on here. You're trying to inject a little bit more positivity, a little bit more excitement into your routine, and it may have been something you've been looking forward to for a while. I mean, maybe you've been feeling really frustrated and there's been really big changes in your world. You just need to get away, okay? And that's really important. As I said, you get every card for a reason. Spirit give you the exact card you meant to see, and because of that third house and ninth house of travel, study, you know, adventure really seems fitting. It says, dare to do things differently, sing your wild song, manifest your travel dreams, attempt the great journey with confidence, be loyal, friends and family are your treasures, be brave, you are more powerful than you know. I feel the essence of this reading is basically encompassed in this one card, okay? Much more eloquent than I could ever be, but I feel like anything that's below the surface or anything that's hidden is coming to light, and I feel like people who care about you, they got your back, and I really feel like you get your desired outcome in the month of June. A lot of prosperity. I mean, it doesn't seem to be like super focused on finances this month. It's all about the journey for you. It's all about protecting a dream, getting you know, an opportunity to accomplish something that you've desired for a long time, and you surprising a lot of people, but your plan is working. Have confidence, stay strong, you got this, okay? I'm going to get some final cards to close for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aries? What else do they need to know for the month of June? Can you please guide them for their highest good? They want one more. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please guide? I'm really glad that that card came out, actually, because when you get a Tower card, it's, some people get a little bit nervous. I always feel like it's a really positive card, and I'm a Scorpio, and of course Aries, you and I, or you and Scorpio share the Tower energy. It is a Scorpio Aries card, so we understand that sometimes things need to be destroyed or broken down in order to be rebuilt stronger. So I feel like that's what you're doing. I mean, you could have already experienced this Tower moment, and you're in the Three of Pentacles, which is you're in the rebuilding mode. You're actually making something more secure, okay? Again, which that really connects to that leaf thing, actually. But I'm glad, since you got two Towers, I feel like I'm glad you got this card, which is I am safe. Okay, so whatever the external circumstances are, whatever is going on, now, right now, they're showing me, this is, wow, I haven't seen this in a long time. They're showing me the real close-up image of a fly. Real close-up image of their eyes. Now, the way they're showing me the eyes is like, you know, it looks like they've like millions of like lenses in their eyes, and it's really up close. So, I mean, flies, I mean, flies, every creature on this earth has a purpose. So I feel like if you are one of those people that don't mind flies, then it's okay. But sometimes we swat flies away. So you may have felt something was bugging you for a while, and you're now seeing it in a very different light, or you're seeing it from all angles. But that's what they're showing me right now. I mean, maybe you've been listening to this reading and there's been a fly sort of flying around you and annoying you, and you're coming face to face with a fly or something like that, opening a window and letting it free. So I'm not really sure how to decode that. Could also mean, because the way that they're showing me is like microscopic. So I feel like you're looking at something in detail in the month of June. But again, you're safe. It's number 36. When you reduce it, 3 plus 6 is 9, the Hermit energy, which means your wisdom, your inner knowing, and your enlightenment will actually keep you safe. So remember, your intuition, you got this, okay? You're more empowered than you realize. And we've got I am happy. So it is about finding that happiness from within, and it shall be so without, okay? Nobody has the power to change your emotions or the way you feel about yourself, okay? We actually, building a strong foundation within ourselves and knowing ourselves very fully, we actually have control of our emotions. If anyone manages to hurt us or upset us, it's like we're allowing that to happen. So I feel you are finding that happiness and finding that clarity within yourself to see what makes you happy. It's the star energy, so I feel like you're doing a lot of healing from any difficult time, and I feel like you are going to be in that sun energy by the end of the month, okay? So a lot of positive energy, but you are safe and happy, and I feel like that's a mantra to take with you as we move through June. Now I'm just going to get 3 ruins for you. Let's go there. Now I have 3, I think, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I've got my eyes closed, so I'm just going to feel the energy before I. Okay, every time they give me this, basically I close my eyes. You can't see that, so you do have to trust me on that, I'm afraid. But every time I get this one, I feel like I'm in a boat and I'm rocking side to side and I can see the water. Okay, so it's got to be the water ruin, and yeah, it is. Okay, so that's about emotions, psychic abilities. I will pay close attention to dreams and things like that. This is about your instincts and your intuition. It's going to be bang on point, okay? This is the ruin that connects to water. So also it's about your dreams, protecting your dreams, not giving up on things. And if you've got a hunch, my beautiful Aries, listen to that hunch, because I feel like you are I feel like you're prepared for whatever this tower energy is, okay? And I also feel like it's working for you, not against you. Just, okay. Okay. So, I can't quite grasp the energy of this one. I gotta say, the image they're giving me is the 6 of Pentacles. So 6 of Pentacles tends to be about balance, but the way that they're zooming in on the card, it's almost like I'm seeing the gentleman who is giving the person the money, the coins. So it might be generosity and opportunity coming your way, some really good news, some good karma. I'm going to have to look at this one. Oh, okay. So this is, this ruin connects to need. And it's about patience. The thing that you need, have patience, it will show up for you. You've been going through some stress or some obstacles, but it is coming in your direction, okay? So I feel like you are overcoming an obstacle and you will get what you want, but of course, patience is required. I know you've already had a lot of patience, my beautiful Aries. And finally, let me see what this one is. Oh, wow. They just told me to go to the first card. So I'm just going to go to the first card. I guess it's this one. Oh, wow. The one who becomes the journey. Okay. So this has got to be the birch ruin. I reckon this is the birch one. Okay. I'm going to take a peek. Wow. That is to become. That is the becoming ruin, okay? To birth something, to have an idea, to also be pure in body, mind, and soul, in spirit, okay? Now, they've just given me a word in the water, which is coral. C-O-R-A-L, coral. So either you're going to a beach where you're going to be like seeing coral, or maybe your name is Coral, or you're meeting someone called Coral. I'm really going to have to look up what coral means, if there's an alternative meaning, because I think it's like coral is in the sea, right? is a living, breathing entity in the sea. So yeah, I don't really know how coral is relative to your reading. So I'll have to leave it like that. It might be quite precise. If that's the case, then it just means that person's attention may have wavered, okay? But this is, this rune means becoming. So really, you're on the journey. You are changing, and the journey is changing with you, okay? So I feel like you're transcending any obstacles and you're elevating. So yes, you've been going through a test, but these testing times, there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and this is the destination, 9 of Cups. So really positive energy there, okay? I'll leave it there, my beautiful Aries. I hope something resonated in that reading for you. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is very important for me. Also, if you'd like to be in with a chance to win a free personal reading, all you have to do is write 5 things down on a piece of paper that you feel are blocking you, and find a creative way to release the sort of energy into the universe, whether it's take the list outside into a safe space to do a burning ritual, or whether it is just chuck it in the trash, whatever works for you. And in the comments box below, just put this sentence: I've let it go, now I'm in the flow. And I'll gravitate towards one lucky subscriber on the 28th of June, and I'll announce the winner's name in a video upload only. This month in particular for you seems to be more about your journey, about making progress, and that is exactly what you're doing. The details in terms of money and things like that, I feel like you're going to get what you truly deserve and what you've worked really hard for, okay? It's a difficult journey, but I feel like your tenacity, your drive, your hardworking spirit, and your stamina, your dedication gets you to where you want to go, okay? So I'll leave it there. Thank you so much, my beautiful Aries. Love and light.